Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. I want to say many thanks for keeping faith with us. Still on the issue of Peter Obi, PEPT, that's Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, and what is going on at the background. The Peter Obi lawyers have decided to speak up strongly. I'm going to give full details on that. Don't forget, a few hours to come. Another fireworks. The full hearing will begin again. Very interesting, I must say. And of course, some group have decided. That's why the father Bola Tinubu is the president that really rooting for Peter Obi. I understand why the group lamented really over the outcome of the 2023 election, but we're going to give you all the full details on that. Okay, before we go into the news, proper kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel or YouTube. Quickly, let's hit the ground running. The Labour Party expressed initial dissatisfaction with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for withholding documents that would support their case against Bola Tinubu. Despite multiple visits to Abuja and clear statement from INEC chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu asserting the commission's transparency, the Labour Party faced obstacles in obtaining the requested document. Following a recent court hearing, a Labour Party lawyer named Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Emeka Oboko, addressing the media, really alleged that INEC had tampered with the EC8A forms provided to them. Wow, that's quite strong. According to the lawyer, the certified true copies of the EC8A forms were obtained directly from Electoral Commission and they possessed the original document. The lawyer expressed surprise and bewilderment that INEC is now denying the existence of such documents. He emphasized that Labour Party is fully prepared to defend their position against INEC's objections. The lawyer conveyed his astonishment at INEC's action, stating that the party was shocked by the Commission's attack on EC8A forms which were provided to them by INEC itself. He emphasized the significance of certification, explaining that when a document is certified, it implies that certifying party possesses the original and is presenting a verified copy. In this case, the Labour Party lawyer firmly asserted that INEC's objection to the forms is unfounded. Despite the initial challenges faced in obtaining the necessary documents, the Labour Party remains resolute in the determination to confront INEC's objections. The party's lawyer affirmed their readiness to confront any further obstacles and defend their position. The discrepancy between the Labour Party's possession of certified copies and INEC's denial of the existence of these documents continues to raise questions and generate controversies surrounding the case. Of course, we may likely allow you to watch a video in a moment, but let's find out really before the video very quickly what some group is saying concerning the issue of Peter Obi, a social political group called Concerned Citizens of Nigeria (CCN) has described the last round of election across the country as a coup d'etat against the Nigerian people. Members of the group who are affiliated to the opposition, that's Labour Party LP in Lagos State, pointedly accused the electoral umpire, that's INEC, that's the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), of subverting the will of Nigerians, particularly the youth, who had hoped that the poll will be transparent and fair. According to the group in a press conference, the swearing in of President Bola Tinubu is an affront to the 1999 Constitution, as he failed to meet the statutory requirement to be invested with power. Speaking on behalf of the group, one of the facilitators, that's Mr. Sheyi Akande, stated that though his group is unhappy with the outcome of the polls, it would, however, help mobilize the youth and other vulnerable segments of Nigerian society to put in place a government that will work for the people. According to, and I quote, who spoke alongside other members of the Lagos State chapter of the Labour Party, such as Stephen Amodi Omoba, Chinedu Alex, Folusho Leng, and Tokumbo Ajibola, however, maintained that the journey towards the enthronement of good governance in the country will be a long draw and tough. I won't lie to you, judging by what we are seeing right now in Nigeria, whoever sits on that seat, is gonna take God's grace, intellectual capacity, economic powers, and a group of working individuals willing to deliver Nigeria into good governance. It's not just going to be just the person talking. It needs up and running people who would, hey, even if Peter Obi still enters, hey, the level of indebtedness, we have not scratched it. We're just entering, we have not scratched it. Did you see towards the last days of the former president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari? I mean, former President Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, last days of his time, the level of loans disbursed, and some of those things that they claim they will use the loans for have not been accounted for. As in, I don't know if they had actually transferred some of those uncompleted projects to this government with all the balances in the account. I wouldn't know. I'm not in Aso Rock to determine how much whatever it is they've handed over. But I do know one thing is certain: Bola Tinubu is going to have a hard time calling tax, really marrying this without Nigerians screaming. But that matter we sits there or not, it's probably going to be the same thing technically. There will be a difference in the sense that Peter may need to open up and tell Nigerians exactly what is in the coffers. Peter may open up and tell Nigerians exactly what's in the coffers, what is being owed, and all. And that alone is what Nigerians want to know. How much are we looking at here? But this is APC to APC, so I do not openly see the president Bola Tinubu openly telling Nigerians the discrepancies or the issues he's encountering, because it's APC to APC. Don't also forget that at the beginning, during a lot of analysis showed that at the very beginning, if there was a way of supporting, maybe Bola Tinubu would have been the very first, would have been the favorite of APC chieftains to be supported. But Bola Tinubu is a dog-get politician who knew what to do at the right time. Whether you call him old or not, he has been able to sit on that. He is now sitting on that seat. Yes, there's electoral processes going on, petitions going on, judicial caucuses going on against his win. But in the meantime, he's the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, many Nigerians have been some few days back at the wife Bola Tinubu's wife Remi. Don't forget that Remi is also the first lady. Is also a very dogged politician. She was a senator, so for her to be a sitting senator, then I could tell you that she understands the dynamics of politics. We may be seeing a woman for the first time in Nigeria who will be partaking, physicalizing, very much present in the issue of governance or issue of ruling, because for the first few hours that they were inaugurated, the first lady Remi Tinubu was seen everywhere with her husband. Unlike the past dispensation, Jonathan will be doing his thing while the wife is occupying one office like that as the first lady. Same thing was said about Aisha Buhari, but this one, there's nothing like first lady of it. She's there with her husband, whatever decision that was taken. Even when Emefiele was around, she was there, and it clearly gives an idea that yes, she doesn't want to be caught in the West. Just probably the husband forgets, she will be there to do a quick reminder. That's where we're going to wrap it up. We've had it all. Let's put in our conversation.